Hello. The following will help you understand how to simplify complex rationals. Let's look at our example. Write -8 plus the square root of -128 all over 4 in standard form a plus bi. In order to do this problem, we need to go ahead and simplify the square root of -128. We should already know how to do this. That gives me I times the square root of 128. And the factors of 128, I'm not entirely positive, but because 8 is even, I know 2 goes into it evenly. 2 goes into 128 64 times. If you're really good, you should realize that 64 is a perfect square. So 128 is 64 times 2. Let's just say that you don't realize that, however. 64 is also even, so that gives me 2 and 32. And 32 is even, gives me 2 and 16. 16 gives me 2 and 8. 8 gives me 2 and 4. And 4 gives me 2 and 2. Notice that 128 is 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. Because we're working with even radicals, I want pairs of 2's. There's a pair of 2's, there's a pair of 2's, and there's a pair of 2's. There's one that's not paired. Multiply everything that is circled together. 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 will give you 64. That means that I times the square root of 128 is I times the square root of 64 times 2. Make sure that radical goes over all those. Square root of 64 is 8. So that gives you 8i square root of 2. All of this is done in order to correctly simplify -8 plus the square root of -128 all over 4. So that gives me -8 plus the square root of -128 all over 4. That has to equal -8 plus 8i times the square root of 2 all over 4. Look at this 8, and this 4. There is a common factor with all three terms. What is it? If you said 4, you're correct. So what I'm going to do is in the numerator, I'm going to factor out the 4. That leaves me with -2 plus 2i square root of 2 all over 4. Notice the 4 and the 4 cancel, and that leaves you with -2 plus 2i square root of 2. There's your answer.